Hello, everybody. I am so excited that we get to spend time today. There's a topic that has been on my heart for a week. I've been wanting to talk about this, and I traveled to Scottsdale this weekend, so I did not have time to do the podcast. And then I had this hangover of information that came in, which is beautiful. When you ever get a hangover of information, it's like the excitement you have of being able to fulfill all of these ideas and goals, but it feels like a lot. And so I am really glad that I get to take the time to hang out with you right now and talk about something that came up with two clients back to back. And I don't often get this. There's a lot of people that go through very similar struggles, but I had two clients in a row share about how they don't feel beautiful. There's nothing in their closet that makes them feel beautiful. I want to start with my first client. She really relied on me to tell her what looked good. And when clients do that, I really question them and I have them dive in deep because it's not just about my opinion. I want to make sure that whatever a client buys, whatever they are wearing, whatever they're holding onto, really fills them up with joy and really makes them feel good. And she was kind of in this place when we were in her closet where she kept looking to me to tell her what to wear. And then after asking her questions, I told her, I will tell you my opinion. I will be very honest with you with what works. But I need you to know that this is a really important part of the process is communicating. And for you, especially in the beginning of our relationship, to really dive in deep. And you know what she said? She looked at me and she said, I don't feel beautiful in anything I have. And the last time I felt beautiful, she said, was when you dressed me for a funeral. She came to me because she wanted help with her overall closet to create a full transformation. She didn't share that she had not felt beautiful before, but she said, before we start together, I do need to let you know I have a funeral to go to. I don't know how to shop. I went to Bellevue Square for 5 hours the other day and I could not find anything. And she's like, it's not even budget. She's like, I could buy a designer piece. I could buy a designer bag, a designer dress and shoes. But she's like, I just don't know what to pick up or wear or how to make decisions. And so a relationship did really start with shopping for an event, and it grew into doing this for her wardrobe as well. And she looked at me and she said, how sad is it that I went to a funeral and felt so good about myself, but I can't feel good about myself every single day? And that was it. That was that point where we realized, you know what? She doesn't feel beautiful in what she's wearing. And we need those pieces that feel special, that fit her body, that really help her step up her everyday game. She's at home and she's running errands. She doesn't necessarily need dressy pieces and blouses. She just wants things that are comfortable for her. And so when we were shopping, we really looked for certain colors, really clean lines. She enjoyed clean lines and she enjoyed color. And it was this interesting mix that she goes through back and forth because she's working through having gained weight and where she's at in her life. And so she wanted things that felt that she could go into a room and she could be respected, she could be personable, but she didn't want to be the center of attention. So although she likes color, she didn't want anything too bright. She didn't want any prints in the mix. Sorry, I need to fix my hair. This is kind of bugging me. There we go. All done. Okay. Talk about feeling beautiful. I want to feel beautiful on camera too. Okay. So it was such a beautiful process being able to help her pick things out and invest her money in a way that made sense. It wasn't just buying random things or, just buying what's in style, because that's never the point. It's not just buying what's on trend or what's in style. It's really also figuring out what looks good and feels good to you. What makes you feel beautiful is that ultimate goal. Then the next day, I had another client who this woman's energy, the power that she has, it's incredible. And it wasn't being translated in what she's wearing. She does presentations for big companies, big corporate companies. I don't want to name because I don't want to disclose my client, but she does work for big corporate companies. They have her come in and look at what's going on with the dynamic and with their employees and their environment that they have. How can it become more inclusive for women and women of color? It's wonderful what she does. She does so well for herself. And you could tell that she just has this power to want to connect with others. The problem is she doesn't feel beautiful. She got through a relationship and it ended. It's been a few months and she decided that this year was her year to bloom. I'm pretty sure, I wish I remembered the answer, but I'm pretty sure that this year was her year to bloom. And working with me is one step into blooming into who she wants to be moving forward. And although she hasn't lost the weight that she's gained, she's okay with it. And she just wants to feel beautiful right now. Her wardrobe, her wardrobe was all graphic t-shirts and shorts. She was at that point where she didn't even want to buy anything new for herself because she just didn't know what direction to take. And she had a few pieces from her past life in corporate that just did not fit in. I was like, if you're going to do a presentation, if you're going to ever even go into an office, none of these pieces resonate with this like powerful, confident influencer that you are. You need to step up your game. And it was just a beautiful experience. Talk about feeling beautiful. It was a beautiful experience to take her shopping, have her try on outfits. And when we opened up the room so I could see the look, that smile on her face, how she looked at herself in the mirror, there's nothing like it when I work with clients. And they don't know this that I'm watching, but there's little telltale signs of you feel good or you don't, or you question what you're trying on, or it feels uncomfortable. And you can definitely see when something feels good. When you feel beautiful and you try pieces on that make you feel beautiful, it is really easy to then make other decisions as you're shopping and be like, oh no, comparing to what I tried on, I know what beautiful feels like, and this is not it. It is a journey because beautiful can mean something different for everybody. There is not a definition of what beautiful is. There are many ways that you can feel beautiful. And on today's podcast, I want to share some ways that you can feel beautiful. And on top of it, some things that I do, because maybe it'll give you ideas of things that you can try. Sometimes you know what makes you feel beautiful, and sometimes you don't. So it just takes trying different things and seeing what works for you. I also want to tell you what doesn't feel beautiful because I hear it all the time. I hear when people say, I do not feel my best when I'm wearing this. I feel sloppy. I don't feel put together. Life feels harder. Like it really makes a huge difference. So I also want to talk about if you're going through anything that is not making you feel beautiful, it's time to step up your game and put a little effort. When you put a little effort into the way you dress, into the way you show up, it comes out in other ways when you're interacting with people, the way you smile, how you look at people, how you go about your day. So let's get into what you can do if you're not feeling your best. Actually, let's start rewind. Let's start with some signs that you are not feeling beautiful in your clothing. So I took some notes so I can get into detail with what we're going to be talking about. Number one, actually, I'm not going to number it. Let's just talk through it because I got quite a few for things that do not make you feel beautiful. The part that doesn't make you feel beautiful is that you're wearing clothing from a different decade of your life. If you are listening to this, raise your hand, or even just say, oh yeah, that's me. That is me. Are you wearing pieces from a different decade of your life? The time before you had children and you used to go out a lot. The time that you lived in a different city where you dressed up differently. The time that you were in a different job and you had to wear a suit or more professional clothing. Like if you are wearing clothing from a different decade, you're not aligned with the woman that you are today, and it's time to step it up and change things. Take those pieces out. Of course, if it is like a beautiful Chanel or something, keep it in your closet. But if it's just regular pieces of clothing, take it out. It's not fitting well. It doesn't feel good. It's not an art piece that you can archive. So remove it from your closet and it will make a big difference. I promise. Next thing, both men and women do this. They wear or have blazers in their closet or a suit in their closet from their first interview or something from years ago. If you were ever to have to wear a suit again, I can promise you, you are not going to want to wear that suit that feels out of date, that you feel out of touch with, that doesn't look fresh and crisp for whatever occasion you're trying to dress up for. It just doesn't make sense to wear. You're not going to feel beautiful in it. You're going to feel dated. You're going to feel out of touch with yourself, out of touch with the person that you're speaking to. You're going to be self-conscious. Don't wear a blazer or a suit from your first interview or from 10 years ago that you wore for some event or wedding or whatever it was. Put it away, find something new, and wait to get a suit when the occasion arises, because if you just have a suit in your closet, it doesn't make sense. A lot of people don't necessarily wear a full-on suit right now, except for certain women I work with that are on stage or they have a very male-dominated career where they need to dress up a bit more. And yeah, the reality is people aren't really wearing full-on suits. I have a couple and I love them, but they're modern. I can also, one of them I could dress down with sneakers and it's beautiful, still feels very professional. So just know that if you have a suit in your closet, if you're still rotating an old suit in, it's time to let go of that suit. Clothing that is too small or too big. So when clothing doesn't fit right, it automatically makes you feel very self-conscious about yourself. And you've probably been in that situation. You're just running errands or doing something, but you know in your mind, you're like, oh, I'm wearing this shirt again. Like, why am I wearing this shirt? It makes me feel sloppy. It's my shirt for around the house, but I'm wearing it out to do errands. Like, why am I doing that? I feel so gross in this. And then you end up running into someone from your kid's school or a client or something. You're like, oh my gosh, I need to hide from that person because I'm wearing my sloppy shirt. Whereas if you were just wearing something casual that felt put together, you would feel great going up to somebody and saying hi and talking to them in a different place than what you're normally at with them. It's awesome to connect with people, but you can't connect. You put this block on yourself because you are not feeling good in what you're wearing. You don't feel beautiful. Another thing that might not make you feel beautiful is you are not putting effort into how you dress up or how you do your hair. There's like simple things, which we are going to get into. There's simple things that you can do that can make you feel really beautiful. No effort, no progress means you just don't feel good about yourself. If you put a little bit of effort, it makes all the difference. Okay, I do want to get into things that you can do for yourself that can make you feel beautiful. Again, for everybody, it's different. There's no judgment on what makes you feel pretty and what doesn't. It's all about finding you. Okay, I do want to start with this weekend. It was so cute. One of the speakers, Katrina Scott, who is an influencer and just a beautiful soul, the way that she speaks feels like she's like your mom or like your best friend that you can talk to about anything. She was awesome. But anyway, she was like, you just put a little brow, like just put a little brow before you go live on Instagram. It's okay. You don't have to be fully dressed up, but do that one thing that makes you feel beautiful so that you can show up for yourself. It doesn't have to be the whole entire face makeover, shoes, the whole thing. Just do a little something so you feel confident enough to show up. And that's the whole point. Obviously, there's times where you're going to overdo it, which is what you need, like when you're on a first date or even a date with your own husband and you just want to feel super sexy, or you're going on stage and you want to hire the makeup artist, get your hair done. There are times in our life where we do want to go over the top because there's a certain like confidence and feeling that we want to get from what we're doing. But for everyday stuff, putting on that little brow makes a difference. I don't think and you can see my brows. I don't think I've ever shown up for you guys on a video without doing my brows. And there's no shame in doing the no makeup thing, but I just feel better. I feel like I could talk better with you guys and connect with you more when I have my brows done. It feels really good. Another thing that you can do for yourself to feel beautiful is if you don't do a lot of makeup, I know this is going to sound weird, and it's not something you have to do long term, but if you don't do your makeup a lot, you can get fake lashes. I get fake lashes. You can stick them on your eyes or you can just get them done. I don't even know how they do it, actually, because your eyes are closed, but it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get it done. It is a process if you've never done it before, but because I show up on video and I wake up and I've got the kids, I have so much going on in my life right now. We're writing the book, I'm, running my team, I'm seeing clients, I'm podcasting. There's something about just having my lashes done that makes me feel beautiful. It makes me feel put together when I don't put any effort into my look. So I invest in getting my lashes done. I'm actually going tomorrow to get them filled again. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can see they still look good, but I just like them to look fresh. So I get them done 2 times a month and I can show up and feel my best. And it's just a thing. I know it's a thing. It's like a petty little thing that I invest in, but I feel really good doing it. Another thing that can help you feel beautiful is getting a good haircut. There's something about getting a haircut that just makes you feel like a new person. So I have a new client that lives in Vancouver, Washington, and we're going to be working. Actually, I'm saying we as if me and somebody else. Our new client is actually Chloette's new client. And she lives in Vancouver, Washington, and her first round of shopping with Chloette is going to be after getting her hair done, because she knows that after her haircut and her hair color, she's going to feel fabulous and is going to be so excited to see everything that Chloette has picked out for her. And so, yeah, she just even said on the call, there's something about showing up for myself and doing something that makes me feel beautiful that is going to make it easier to make decisions for myself because I'm not feeling shitty about myself. Getting your hair done is a big deal. When I have my fresh hair and it's all done, I feel so good. Everybody does. People do videos on Instagram and Reels where they're making their hair fly in the wind and seeing all the layers and the perfection of the cut. It's just awesome. And so getting your hair done is a huge deal. I was listening to the Rachel Hollis podcast, and she talked about when you have thinning hair, getting and investing in extensions, which I know one day I'm going to have to do. I totally know I'm going to be on board with extensions, but getting extensions gives you just a fuller look. When you have thinning hair, it gives you this fuller look. So you can actually do your hair. It's not super frizzy and it looks so put together. So doing something with your hair, getting it colored, getting it cut, getting extensions, doing all of it if you want to, it makes a big difference in making you feel beautiful, especially if it's something that you're self-conscious about. Number 3, I'm going to say it. I whiten my teeth. You know what? Let's get into that because I have never heard about somebody whitening their teeth. I just did it because I do video a lot. And I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to do it. Why not? Let's make the appointment. And I'd made an appointment a year ago and then canceled it because I'm like, nah, I don't want to go through it. And then this year I kept my appointment. Let me tell you, ladies, let me tell you, it is a whole thing. It is a whole day thing. I asked them, I said, you know what? I have a client I'm going to be shopping with after. And is this something I could do and then go to work? And they're like, yeah, of course you could go to work right after. I am so glad I scheduled my appointment with my client. I made it 3 or 4 hours after getting my whitening done. I was in so much pain. I'm not kidding you, so much pain. And I had taken the ibuprofen. I had taken what else did I take? Tylenol. I took everything. And I was in so much pain. I remember being in the car and I called the dentist office. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Am I going to be able to see my client? Because I don't know. I had to keep doing this. I don't remember how I was doing it, but I was doing something with my teeth, almost like hugging my teeth with my lips to hold on to it because it was so painful. And then you get like these little shocks where it like jump like this. Oh my gosh. It was hilarious and not hilarious at the same time, but totally worth it. Let me just say, after 24 hours of being in pain, I even had to message my doctor. She got back to me right away. I'm like, am I going to overdose by accident on pain medication because I'm in so much pain? Anyways, long story short, sorry, going on a tangent, but people just don't talk about getting their teeth whitened and the pain that goes with it for the majority of people, not everybody. Some people can go through it and not painful at all or just very minimal. But for me, it was so painful. Michael was even scared for me. But the whole point of it, the whole point of that story is, you know what? It was worth it. I like my teeth. Look, white. And I still can continue whitening them if I want, but I am waiting 1 full month to feel any pain again. And not, this one isn't going to be in office. So after you do the in office whitening, you then get, not retainers. I'm going to use this wrong. You know what I'm talking about. The things that you put in your teeth, I'm going to call them like retainers that you fill with the gel and then you can whiten it at home after. But for me, it made a huge difference. Totally worth it. Confidence boost, want to smile more. So things that make you feel beautiful. I'm just going down a list. There could be a million things that make you feel beautiful. If you're doing a presentation, another thing that makes you feel beautiful. If you're doing a presentation, if you are going to have the opportunity to be on stage and influence a group of people, you want something that is memorable. You want something that looks and feels like you, that shows your confidence. Yes, whatever you're saying is so important, the most important piece, but having your style put together so that you can feel like you've got your shit together when you're up there makes a huge difference. And you can have, when I work with people presenting, I like to have almost like affirmation words of how they want to look and feel, because it helps me be able to shop for them for the exact pieces they need. So it could be powerful, beautiful, relatable, bright, bold. Like there are many different words you can use to create an affirmation around what you want to feel when you're on stage, because that energy that you're going to be holding while you're presenting is the energy that you want everybody in the room to feel. You want to be able to share your message and make an impact in other people's lives. And to do that, you have to be able to hold your ground and share openly about whatever topic you're doing. So I really enjoy helping people that have an event or are presenting on stage. It's a very fun process to help people through. And in general, something that makes somebody feel beautiful is having clothing that feels good. With clients, so the first sessions I have with clients, that first interaction that we have, that we're creating our relationship together, it is really creating a good base, a good foundation to your wardrobe. But with clients that become style members or come back continually, we do get into the nitty gritty. We do get into, not with everybody, but with some people, what you're wearing, what your undergarments are, what bras are you wearing? Has it been 15 years since the last time you bought a bra? Because having new bras feels really sexy. It feels really good. No one's seeing it except for you, but when you have new underwear and new bras on and that fit and make your clothing look good, it makes a big difference in your life. And I think that's the thing that people put on like as a less priority thing on their list, which is why we don't do it our first session together. But we eventually, with some clients, we eventually get to it. Like, what is a good no-show underwear? What is a good bra that's going to lift? What's a good strapless bra I can wear that isn't going to like pinch into my boobs? You know, there's a lot of underlying parts to style that I think people forget about. And one of them is undergarments. And another one is just everyday pieces like loungewear as well. Because because the majority of people are now working from home, taking Zoom calls, meetings from home, even for myself and my clients. finding good loungewear that you can, walk around the house. If you had to leave the house, you can still look really cute. I have my own selection of pieces from Aritzia that I really like. I have my Aritzia loungewear. I only have like 3 outfits. I have like this blue outfit, I have my gray outfit, and then I have this black outfit. I've got my 3 colors, and that's just what I pull out, and it feels good. For pajamas too, having pajamas that feel cute. I think a problem I see with people is that as they clean things out, they kind of accumulate this giant around the house section in their closet. And I'm like, we got to go through that too, but not today. And I let them know, yes, okay, we're not going to spend our time together doing this because I know it's something that you will be able to do on your own. And I trust that you're going to do it. But I let people know going through that around the house part of your closet, it's got to be done. Things collect, and there is a lot of shit in there that just needs to go. So get that out of there. Yeah, I could keep going. I want to hear from you. What are things that you wear or that you do for yourself that make you feel beautiful? I want you to take time to think about it. Also, let me know. You can share this podcast episode on Instagram. You could take a screenshot, tag my name, or tag thecloset.edit, and let me know what makes you feel beautiful, because this is something I kind of want to share what other people are doing. I mean, I'm sharing things that I hear from other people or from clients or things I do for myself, but I want to gather some of this data and see like what makes people feel beautiful. I know with my 2 clients that I worked with in their closet, we already did our shopping, and they feel beautiful. They feel put together for showing up in their life. And it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. When a girlfriend invites you out, instead of saying no or getting nervous or canceling, now you're like, yes, let's go out. Let's meet up. You put yourself out there more when you're feeling beautiful and good about yourself. So it is very important. It definitely impacts your mood. Okay. This was a great topic. If you ever have any questions for me about what you'd like to hear more about, you can email me at hello@myclosetedit.com. I would love to hear what topics you want. I have some exciting news. I have a few exciting things to share with you. One, we are going to have some more podcast guests on here that I get to talk to and have conversations with. I met so many wonderful people this weekend in Scottsdale, just women making an impact in their community. And this podcast is all about creating change and transformation in your life and what it looks like on the other side of things. So the conversations that we're going to have are going to be everything from personal branding to making connections to running a restaurant to, like all the things, and sharing that journey of what it took to get to where they're at. And we'll mix in a little bit of fashion because, I like to bring that up. It's so fun hearing different places that people are shopping at or how they identify with their style, how they're showing up for their brand or their business or life in general, being a mom. So we're going to talk about that. And then I did want to invite you to become a TC Insider if you really enjoy what we're talking about. If you want to be on a live call with me once a month not one-on-one. This is not a live one-on-one call. This is with a group of people. But I can answer your questions. I dive in deeper to certain topics about style, about fashion that are coming up with clients as I'm working with them. And within it, you get on-demand styling videos. Every month, I share your top 20 pieces that you need for your wardrobe based on what has really worked for my clients the past month. It is a wonderful resource because you can actually buy the pieces I share, but if maybe it's out of your price range, or maybe it's something that you're not quite sure about, or you want something slightly different, it's a great source of inspiration. So you can take the colors, the brands, the styles that we're sharing and make it your own. We updated it. Sorry, I was wrong. We actually have 20 luxury or luxury like items, and that includes clothes, jewelry, shoes. And then we have our then we have our budget friendly items that are from stores like Madewell or J. Crew. So they're like mid range. If you want in on becoming a TCE insider, it's a monthly subscription. It's only $35. You can click the link in the show notes and you can get access right away. You'll be able to get access once you pay. You'll get a link to get into the website and start browsing. I also share with you how to take care of your clothing. That's a very important topic. We have videos on how to tuck in your shirts, how to tie a trench coat, all the things. And it's just a way for giving clients, past clients, and new clients ongoing support as they shop for themselves and buy new things. So it's a great resource if you're interested. It's TCE Insiders. It's my monthly membership. And if you do feel like having that one-on-one time with the stylist is really the direction that you need to take, just book a free call. Book a free call and you'll talk to Ina. She is our customer support and she is wonderful. She'll answer your questions. You'll get to share what you're struggling with and see who might be the right fit for you or what package would be the right fit for you. And we'll share our process. We go through a 3-step process with our clients to create that transformation and give you those results that you need with your style goals. So I am so excited that you are here today to connect, and I cannot wait to see you again soon and talk more. Continue building a life and a style that truly reflect you, and I'll catch you next time.